welcome back to my channel. I'm bringing you the Stars and Strikes of makeup brushes and tools. Now I'm going to go ahead and start out with my strikes, and then I'm going to show you bunches of stars. I have tried multiple of the Soho brushes, and I have to say I'm not a fan of those. They break on me every single time, so I don't even try. I've tried 2 or 3 different brushes. But other than that, really, I would kind of have to say, unfortunately, even though I will be showing some of this brand as far as my stars, it's not because of the brand, it's just simply because of the way that they are. You'll see what I mean. That's Sigma brushes. Even though they do have the policy that they'll replace them when they break, for the price, I just feel like they shouldn't break at all. I've had 2 brushes break on me, and to just prove kind of a point, I've had e.l.f. brushes for 3 or 4 years that has never broke on me, but yet in less than a year I had 2 Sigma brushes break on me. I mean, for that kind of price, I just find that they are just a little bit, okay, a lot, hyped up. They're not quite as hyped up as they used to be, thank goodness, but you know, we all wanted some Sigma brushes. But no one talks about the fact that they break. So, now let's get into the good stuff. This right here is that Real Techniques setting brush, and I use this right here for highlighting. I find that it's absolutely perfect. In fact, whenever I first got this set, I started to use this as highlighting before anybody else really was even talking about it. I just find that it's perfect for it. It doesn't distribute too much or too little. It's just absolutely perfect. So if you don't have this, you need it. Next is this Real Techniques, what is this, a multitask brush. I love this brush. I kind of fluctuate between powder brushes, but lately this has been my go-to as far as using just to powder my face. Right now I'm using the Trolls Beauty Powder by MAC, and this is what I use. So I do like it. It's a very dense brush. So definitely. This next one is a MAC brush, and this I believe it's either 135 or 185. I can't really tell because the number is kind of wearing off a little bit, but I use this as a blush brush. This is probably my favorite blush brush that I've ever used. This is for normal powder blushes. I feel like it doesn't pick up too much. Now for a project panner, you know, you want something that's not going to be like this because it doesn't go ahead and pick up much. Maybe that's why it takes me forever to use up blush. If I'm not using this, I do like to use an angled brush, sort of like the contour brushes, but not. But this right here is my favorite, so yeah. Next one, again, this is the Sigma brushes, but I love this right here. This is a big fluffy brush, and this is the taper blending brush. It's the E40. I love this. I think that this is perfect for like a transition shade. It's really just fluffy, but I really think you could probably get something like this in any kind of brand, but I do like this. And this is not one of them that has broke on me. We're not going to discuss that. This next brush is by Sigma, and it is the E55, and this is the eye shader brush. It is the flat one, and I love this. This is probably my favorite flat shader brush that I've ever used. I know a lot of people love the e.l.f. one, but I've had the e.l.f. one and I'm just not a fan. I do love this one. Next is also by Sigma, and this is the medium angled shading brush. This is the E70. I love this to highlight my brow bone, and I love the angle. Now I do have this in another brand, and it works just as well. It really doesn't matter to me. So definitely don't go with the Sigma one. Go for one that is in a different brand, I would say. So yeah, it is fluffy, but I think that it is just perfect for the brow bone. This next one is by e.l.f. and this is the contour brush. It's very, what's the word? It's very dense. There you go. It took me a second, but I do absolutely love this kind of brush for my outer corner. And I don't know, I kind of gravitate towards this and a couple other brushes, but this I go back to every single time. I love this. I believe this brush is in their $3 line, so I like this one. I've had this one a long time. This next brush is by Real Techniques, and it is the Essential Crease Brush. I love this. It's really small crease brush. It is fluffy, but I absolutely love this to sort of distribute darker shades kind of lower in the crease, if that makes any sense at all. Hopefully that makes sense. So I do love that for this. This next one is the Large Shader by Sigma. It's the E60. I love this brush right here for the Moon Dust eyeshadows. I find that this brush kind of works the best whenever you wet it, and even if you don't wet it, this distributes the Moon Dust eyeshadows the best in my opinion. It feels sort of like a concealer brush, I would say. So if you've got sort of like, if you have like a concealer brush, go ahead and give that a try for the Moon Dust eyeshadows. I love this brush for that, and only for that. The next brush I'm going to talk about are pencil brushes. This is by Couture Cosmetics. I absolutely love this for the lower lash line, and also one trick that I use frequently as a project panner whenever I am panning an eyeliner and I don't like the color, I use this pencil brush to go ahead and distribute, you know, different color eyeshadows. Like if I'm doing, let's just say, a green eyeliner, but I want it to be black, I'll dip it into a black eyeshadow and distribute it with this. There's also another brush, and it's by e.l.f. and it is the smudger brush. That works wonderful also, and definitely a cheaper alternative. So this one just happens to be by Couture Cosmetics. This next one is also by Couture Cosmetics, and this right here is, it is a crease brush, but it is denser. And what I like to do is whenever I go ahead and use like a black eyeliner in my waterline, I like to kind of blend that out so it doesn't look sharp, and I do use this brush right here. I just find that it works the best for me. It's dense, and it's something that I use every single day. This is a lot of brushes, I know. The struggle's real, but I promise you, we're getting to the end of it. This next brush is a Laura Geller double-ended brush. Now I love this brush. I ended up getting this in a set, and I use this end right here to set my concealer underneath my eyes. And then for this one, this end right here, this is a flat, like a big flat eyeshadow brush thing. And what I end up doing is, this is the best brush right here to set my primer. I've tried to use other brushes and it just doesn't work as well as this. I absolutely love this, and I take such good care of this. Such good care of this. I love this. I don't know what I would do if this just broke. I'm hoping they sell these. I have no idea. I haven't looked because there hasn't been a need to. Now, the last like brush type thing I want to talk about is the Ulta sponge. Yes, I just cleaned it. I was not about to show you guys a dirty sponge. So thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad I was able to make this video with clean brushes. This is the Ulta sponge. I love this. This is $4.99. Now I did have the Beauty Blender, until I tried this. Whenever my beauty blender took a crap on me, I know a lot of people were talking about how wonderful the new Ulta sponge was. So I figured, you know what? I would rather spend $4.99 than $20. And I'm so glad I did. I absolutely love this. This is just as spongy, I feel, as the Beauty Blender. In fact, if it wasn't for the shape, I believe you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between the two. So this is definitely something you guys should try. Now, the last tool that I'm going to talk about is something that I feel that just not project planners need. I think people just need this in general. I know a lot of people spend a lot of money on foundations. So, I highly recommend getting the Spatty. I have this right here. This has a really long one and a short one, but I tend to use the short one. And I use this to sort of dig out the extra foundation in your bottles. And I love this, especially for the more expensive ones. You would be surprised at how much foundation is on the sides of those bottles. I mean, you could probably extend it for like a week and a half. Week and a half just by getting this. I ended up getting this on Amazon. So definitely check this out. Definitely check this out. If you listen to nothing else, check this out. So, whew, that was a long video. So those are my stars and strikes of makeup brushes, sponges, tools, and stuff. So go ahead and check out everybody in the description box below so you could go ahead and see their stars and strikes for makeup brushes, tools, sponges, and things, among a lot of other things in this series. So obviously I'm passionate about brushes and makeup in general, but brushes are my thing. And yeah, that's judging by the length of this video, which I think is going to be really long. I am sorry. So I will see you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye.